What's it like being a non-European student in Malta? What about racism and tolerance in the University of Malta? Insite TV presents some of our university's international students. What are the biggest problems you encounter in Malta?
But I've seen some cases of my friends that have been discriminated against. For example, there are some times I was out with ABBA, and I've seen some incidents that used to happen in the streets from some Maltese people that go back home, etc.
Let's keep it in the university, not outside.
Yeah.
That international students cannot work in Malta. And when they advertise for positions, Maltese students only. So what are we here for? And we're not getting free education. We don't have the same opportunity like yours. My father works hard to pay my tuition. So I'm paying for a bunch of theory and no practical. And then, what if I need work placement, for example? Now you have the career convention.
Yes.
A lot of my other classmates who are Maltese will submit their CVs. We probably have the same qualifications. I'm not discriminating, but you can, of course. It's free to listen. You listen to it in Maltese or Italian, whatever the company is.
To be in English,
have you noticed? No, most times it's in Maltese. Have you noticed whenever there's something on campus, it's most time
What
in
about
Maltese.
lectures?
Lectures. Most times I have to call out to my lecturer and say not every one of us here understands Maltese.
Tolerant. Do you think Maltese people are?
There are some people who are tolerant and some people who are intolerant, and I think that it basically depends on the education and on the school that they were in, and is it really multicultural? Have they dealt with a lot of foreigners?
What's a multicultural? Do you know anything about?
At first I thought that they were, but then when I arrived here in Malta, I've heard some cases of even foreign students in junior college, but mainly they're from Europe as well.
I have to state my point on this because it was a mistake for me. I became a student in a junior college, and since I arrived in Malta like 4 years ago, and it was a very hard and a big. It was a very bad experience.
Why?
From my side, because I was a student, I was a foreigner, I come from the Middle East, I'm different, and since you call my name, you get scared. So you sit in the class, everybody looks at you, people don't like you, don't want to spend the time with you, which in a way I don't blame them, because as I stated before, the Maltese society is a closed society. It's an island. They're not used to international people, but once you go to university, things change slightly, not a lot, but slightly. You still see the Maltese students in groups.
Why do you think we are, as you described it, a closed society when you consider that our major economy is tourism?
Because that's the thing, tourism in the summer, first of all, it's summer, not in university. University has nothing. There is not even, like for example, there are summer courses in other universities, but in Malta, mostly it's people studying English, and mostly Europeans. I mean, with Europeans, the thing is about the Maltese, I don't want to say, but the Maltese person, he wants to be a European citizen. Makes them, easygoing with the Europeans. But with us, it's a different case scenario. We're not Europeans. We're not the same. We have a different culture. Although the Maltese culture is a bit close to our cultures, but that's the thing. When the Maltese want to be Europeans, it makes them easygoing with the Europeans, but not with us. We're facing a lot of problems.
It's been very, very positive. I think you have been here longer than me. This is my second week. So to be honest with you, my experience with the Maltese people has been very, very positive.
So far, first
very
impression.
positive. So far, impression, friendly, welcoming, loving.
Yeah, and
Thanks a lot.
When I tell you a European person, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Actually, I feel so strange that these questions a lecturer from international relations, she asked me before. For Chinese students, we just hear Maltese, German, Italian. Why are you always called a European?
So there's no such thing as European?
There is no such thing as a European.
Not-
Is there such a thing as Arab?
No, actually, there is no such thing as Arab. In every country, there are different cultures and different traditional values that they all carry and respect it.
I think it's like Malta is a funny country. It's a bit bipolar to me because you have the people who are like so open-minded, so cool, you know, give you the shirt on their backs, everything. And you have the other people who just blatantly say, well, okay, we don't mind the Europeans because they're more like us, but the ones from Africa and Asia, we don't like them so much.
Can you tell me something about these differences? What kind of people are racist and what kind of people are university students?
Well, university students, you're never too sure because, like,
They're
in university, no one can actually walk up to your face and then tell you, nigga, go home like they do in the streets.
They do it sometimes.
They do
Yeah.
it? Imagine, I'm giving you the power to change one thing in the Maltese legislation. To change something in the Maltese legislation that will help you live a better life in Malta. What would it be? Visa.
Equal rights
What
for,
about visa?
for foreigners.
I don't know whether your nationality has the same problem. For our Chinese, our visa is until at the end of July. And if you want to come back, you have to apply again in Beijing, or you just before the end of July you came back. That's for the university students.
Think of 3 things you like about Maltese people, but before, 3 things you dislike.
I would say dislike, but I would definitely say that there is room for improvement.
Okay,
I think,
3
in
things.
the
What would
Maltese
you
people.
improve?
First of all, I think I would like to see them more proactive
In what?
in doing things. You know, just make things happen. Basically,
Okay.
nobody is going to make things happen for them.
Exactly.
They have to do it themselves.
On a positive note, I mean, maybe you've heard a lot of the negative side because it's easy to talk about the negative side.
exactly.
You know,
That's not-
but I mean, like for example, Malta is very safe. I've never been mugged on the streets.
It's
you know,
one of the safest countries.
It's very safe.
It's one of the
Safe.
safest.
And like, and then of course I love, you know, bumping into.
Like I told you,
and
for me,
stuff like
other
that.
than the discrimination, I have no other complaints.
And whether
You know, finally, that if there is anything in Malta, I would definitely, you know, first of all recommend people to come to Malta. If there is anything which pinches you, bothers you, anything, I would say be the change, make it happen.
And that's about it for this time's lecture. Next week, Insite TV shall follow up the parking issue. Thank you for logging on. I'm Janice Bartolo for Insite TV.